Hi everyone, welcome home. Drill here. I wanted to share a topic with you today, and that is you don't need the best instruments in order to have a good instrument. This only cost me about 40 US dollars. I ordered it in from a pawn shop. I live here in Australia, and we tend to see these pretty often in shops, and it's actually a fairly decent quality instrument. I knew what I was looking for. You can tell the difference between the cheap entry-level instruments like the Valencias and Huxleys here in Australia and what have you. But if you know what to look for, there's certain sort of key tricks that you can employ in terms of the components that you're looking at. So I saw a photo of this on our website for a pawn shop in Australia, and I noticed the wood tailpiece here, this sort of rosewood tailpiece. Some tuning machines or the fine tuners had been removed from there. You have this pretty nice, yeah, this is ebony chin piece, chin rest there. The fingerboard is not painted with that really cheap black paint that you see on entry level instruments. So there's certain things you can look out for when you're looking for a cheaper instrument, and you can often find good quality, decent quality instruments that sound great. Now, admittedly, I didn't play this that well. This is a 3/4 fiddle, which I don't play too often because I'm mostly playing my full-size fiddle, but this has a nice, different voice. I volunteer at a local hospital to play music for cancer patients, and I play my full-size fiddle there, so I just came from that, so my muscle memory is still attached to that. So I've only been playing for about, let's see, about 12 months or so, 13 months at this point, so I'm still early on in my fiddle playing journey, but I'm at a point where I can comfortably play with other musicians. I can improvise along with jams. I can play at folk and bluegrass gatherings and get-togethers, but the whole point of my video that I want to discuss is that we often get sort of trapped in this echo chamber online of, oh, you shouldn't be playing an instrument unless you have the very best. There's a lot of elitism when it comes to music and instruments with internet culture because it's easy to look at people who have the very best, and they tend to say, don't play an instrument unless it's the very best. Don't play any other mandolin except this one. These guitars are the best. Only play these guitars. And, you know, I hate saying this, but there's often like a bit of backhanded shaming from people when they have the best and you don't have the best, and they say, well, you should get this mandolin, you should get this guitar, you should play one of these fiddles. Why though? Why do you need the very best? Unless you know exactly what you need from that instrument, and there's a very specific reason why you need the very best instruments, there isn't necessarily a reason, especially when you are early on in your journey to learning a particular instrument. You don't need the very best. You just need a decent instrument to learn, and you may find that maybe you don't even like playing that instrument, or maybe you just don't have the knack for it. Now, it's important to keep in mind that I'm not saying buy the cheapest instrument, because that will stop you from learning to play that instrument. It'll be very discouraging, and it won't be a good experience for you. What I'm saying is you shouldn't worry about not having the very best, because that affects your headspace when you are learning the instrument, when you're playing it, and you can feel a sense of shame that, oh man, I didn't get this big expensive instrument. I didn't get the very best model that everyone is recommending, and it makes you think that, oh, maybe I'm not gonna sound as good, or I won't be able to play as well as everyone else who has this big expensive instrument. Look for an instrument that's comfortable for your price range, but also keep in mind that on the secondhand market, especially with pawn shops, you can often end up with an instrument that's way better than what you're paying for. On Facebook Marketplace, you'll often find instruments that are very good for the price that you're paying. I'm hesitant to say look on Craigslist, because I don't want any of you going out there and getting stabbed because I recommended going to Craigslist. In Australia, we have Gumtree, and I haven't been stabbed even one time picking up items from Gumtree, which is like an Australian Craigslist with way less stabbings and kidnappings. So if you do want to pick up some tips and tricks on finding instruments, I will start sharing videos. I'll create and share some advice on how to find a decent secondhand instrument and what to look for and what to try to avoid. In the past, I've done reviews for heaps of instruments, especially entry-level instruments, which I find are the most useful. People generally don't need reviews for the bigger names that are the well-known instruments that are already have a strong reputation. In general, if you're looking to pay the price for those higher quality instruments, then you already know what you're looking for. So I'll be doing reviews where maybe you just want to pick up the instrument and learn how to play it, and you don't want to start out with a bad instrument, you want a decent one. Those are the kind of reviews that I have on my channel already and that I will be creating more of. But I'm not a YouTuber. I will never be a YouTuber. That's because I don't want to get sucked into the YouTube algorithm. I don't want to change my personal attitude and my philosophy and the way that I communicate with people, the way that I speak, the way that I think, and the way that I approach sharing my videos with you guys. I do not want to be part of that YouTube ecosystem where I have to have this sort of appeal to hyper reality, to exaggerate, to tell people that this is the best, this is the worst, and to keep elevating that and escalating. I never want to be a part of that, so I will never be a YouTuber. I'm just going to stay a dude who likes things. I'm passionate about things. I want to share it with people, and I hope that the things that I've seen and learned, I can share that with you, and you can take it on board, and maybe some things that I've learned and shared might be useful to you as you collate information and you continue on your musical journey. So thanks for watching. I hope you'll consider sticking around. I don't want to ask people to like and subscribe because that's a very YouTube thing to do, and you guys already know better. You're not new to this. You know how YouTube works. But I just wanted to let you know that's where I'm going with my videos. What I've done in the past, what I'm doing moving forward is I just want to share some stuff that might be helpful to all of you. So I hope you're looking forward to some of my upcoming videos, and if you have questions, I'll try to create videos to answer them, and I'll do what I can to share cool stuff with you. So take care, everyone, and come home again soon.